We're back after recording a long 1 hour episode of Collective Perspective, episode
Yes.
17. Let's do episode 18 now, Craig. Hardware collecting.
Yes, something we never, for some reason, touch up on. I didn't think about it till you mentioned talking about this to me earlier, and I was like, yeah, we literally only have ever talked about the video game part. We never mentioned like the other memorabilia, the systems themselves, or anything like that. So it's definitely something we should try to broaden up a little bit because we both collect more than just actual video games for our video game collections.
V Capone in the Discord wants us to talk about accessories. So that
We'll
one's
have to
going to
do
take a
that.
little preparation for me.
Oh yeah.
Hardware collecting. All right, first of all, are you a big hardware collector?
Um, yes, with an asterisk because it's only for two specific systems. But overall, I do have a lot of hardware, and I like to buy systems even if I don't have games for them. Just like how sometimes I'll buy games for systems I don't have yet, just because I think it's fun to have little trinkets around.
All right. So I wrote down a few that I have.
Mhm.
I don't have many cool ones. Most of mine are like the black N64, the gray
Oh yeah.
Super Nintendo. Like I don't have the cool stuff for the most part. So let me just fire through some of the ones I have real quick. Phantom Hourglass Nintendo DS. It's cool. It's got a broken hinge, which pisses me off, but that's aside from the point. It's just
Mhm.
for those of you that don't know, it's just a golden DS with the
A
Triforce
Triforce
on
on it.
the ins outside, and I
Yeah,
think
it's like
that's
on the
it.
outside on the right corner.
I think that's it. There's nothing inside. Kind of lame, truthfully. Um,
Yeah, nothing special, honestly. That seems to be Nintendo's go-to for anything Zelda. Just make it gold, throw Triforce on it, call it a day.
I have the translucent black and blue N64 consoles. You literally
Ooh.
can't go wrong with any of the colored N64 consoles.
No, they're gorgeous. Something about that '90s see-through plastic just feels right.
Yeah. I wonder if there's gonna be like an era of children that like look back at that and they're like, oh, because we love it, but we were born in that era, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people see it and think it looks terrible, but like if I could have a PS5 that looked that way, I would. So,
Oh heck yeah. I have a red Wii CIB. I think that one's pretty neat. Um, my Halo 20th anniversary Xbox Series X is probably the coolest thing in my
I think it's
entire in
gorgeous.
this whole building. Honestly, I love that thing.
Oh my god, those
Um,
things are amazing. That's one of the coolest special editions ever made. Period.
and other than that, I have this weird Stars Nintendo Switch Lite that
Oh
is
yeah.
like a promo thing, and I won't spend much time on it because I made a whole video about it. But yeah,
Yeah, and we still don't really know the story behind that one, right?
right, yeah.
So weird. So I do collect console variants specifically for GameCube and 3DS. Surprise. I have I think 15 GameCubes and 12 3DSs or something like that. For 3DSs, I've been able to come across a lot of them. I mean, 3DS consoles overall are more expensive now, but for a while people were just giving them away, especially like when the Switch first came out, because everybody wanted to move on to the cool new Nintendo thing that was also a handheld. But some of the cooler ones I have for 3DS is I've imported the Dragon Quest XI one, which has like a metal slime on the side that's like melted on, but it has like an actual bump, which is cool. And then I have the Minecraft 2DS XL, which is probably my favorite because I don't care what anyone says. I love Minecraft. I'll play that till the end of time. And I like that both of them are textured. I think it's cool that they did that with a lot of the 2DS XLs. Like I don't have them, but there's the Pikachu one where like his nose is a bump up, and then there's the Pokeball one where you can actually press it in and stuff. There's
Oh
a lot of cool
yeah.
stuff like that for 3DS. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones I have. I have like just like a lot of the standard red black. I have the Majora's Mask one. Back in the day, that was one that you had to really fight for and check Best Buy refresh over and over again because everyone was fighting over that at the time because the Majora's Mask remake was a big deal. In terms of GameCubes, I've spent a lot of time and money on those as well. Uh, I go for even just the box variants. Like I have a Paper Mario bundle, which came with a new copy of the game, by the way, which was crazy. Unfortunately, it was a player's choice copy, so it's not worth nearly as much. But it's still cool that it came with a sealed, like it was brand new, sealed game, everything. I have a Smash Bros. Bundle, a Pokemon Coliseum bundle, Mario Sunshine bundle, and then I have some of the cooler special edition consoles like the Henshin Tigers one, which was like when they teamed up with a baseball team and it came with like a jersey and stuff.
Oh wow.
I have a Gundam one, which is really cool, the red Gundam Char one. I have the Mint Tales of Symphonia one. Um, and just a couple other random like bundles here and there. The big one I'm missing that every GameCube collector wants, of course, is the Panasonic Q. I've had multiple opportunities over the years to buy it. In retrospect, some of those instances would have been good deals, but as a lot of you know from listening to the show, I only buy complete in box, and that includes my consoles.
Oh
So
wow.
the times where I could have gotten Panasonic Qs, I was like, I'm not going to be able to find the box, so I
No
didn't do it.
sir.
And then one time I did find one where it had the console, the DVD remote, the controller, the box, the inserts, but no like cardboard inserts to like hold everything in there properly. And I was like, I will never find just those, and it'll drive me insane. So I just
Wow.
used it as my excuse to not spend $1,200 that day. But that's of course going to be the dream one for me, and one day I'll just do it. It's when I feel like I make more money and am more successful in life and feel like I could justify spending stupid money on a silly GameCube DVD player.
That's the thing about these consoles. You have to decide if you want to drop $200 on a console or $200 on a game or several games, you know.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so a
There's
lot of
a
the ones you mentioned are like box variants, and the
yes.
hardware itself doesn't change. And I
Mhm.
I am with you on those. I think they're freaking awesome. Even if you just throw a sticker on there, like there's this Game Boy Advance, it's black, I think, or no, it's an SP or something, but it says bonus Circuit City exclusive Metroid Zero mission included sticker, and
Mhm.
it's like it's almost like they took the exact box, threw a sticker on there, and threw a cartridge and a manual in there, and the hardware's the same, but it's cool as heck, and it counts
Yeah.
as a variant.
Yeah, it's so much cooler that 20 years later people are spending $1,000 on that sticker. So it
It's
is
so
interesting.
sad.
It's oh god, I know. I know that I'm pathetic and I have problems. I've a lot of my console box variants. The way I've kind of justified it is I've always like kind of traded towards them, so it's like I'm not really spending money, even though I kind of am because I spent money in the first place to sell things to trade towards them. But if you can, honestly, I mean, I know some people think it's sacrilegious, but if you can buy just the box variant with no console or anything in it and get it for real cheap, I think that's worth doing. I don't see anything wrong with that because if you're buying a console box variant, you're really just getting it for the display purposes anyway, just so it looks
Right.
cool with all your other boxes. So that's something I've always been in favor of, and I really enjoy going for box variants. And there's a lot to be discovered still, even for older systems like Super Nintendo and stuff. I still see once in a while people finding new box variants. So it's an interesting little world to get into that is kind of a I wouldn't say forgotten part of collecting, but not nearly as paid attention to part of it.
Definitely brings up a point. I have an Indigo GameCube in box, but I also have an Indigo GameCube box with the Mario Sunshine sticker on it.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's several I didn't mention, but that just came to my mind. Um, yeah, so I have like a pretty long list of hardware I'd like to have. So,
Spit it out. Let me hear.
yeah, I mean, you can just stop me whenever if you think of any or whatever. I didn't really
Mhm.
plan this episode out, I guess. Um, all right, limited edition tattoo version of the GBA SP. How funny is
So
that thing?
stupid. I love it. It's one of the silliest consoles of all time. It's so funny.
Pe- People love to post that magazine ad with Mario with the tribal
The tribal
tattoo on
tattoo.
his
God,
arm.
it's so funny. I wish I
That's
was
the
that
most
cool. I
the
aspire to
early
be as cool.
2000s.
That's so funny.
I did write the Panasonic Q down because what a
Yes.
freaking that thing looks like it's from 2099. Like
I
it's
know.
so
It looks
cool.
like it's from outer space, and it's shaped so weird that they had to give it its own special Game Boy player that's even more expensive and hard to find. It's excellent. I love how it's so ridiculous. I mean, it's just like how when the PS5 came out and people are like, it looks like a spaceship. I'm like, isn't that great? I love weird stuff like this.
It didn't come out here, right?
No, that was just a Japan thing.
Okay. Oddly enough, PSP came to mind, and I learned something. I knew there was a Chains of Olympus one, but there is a Ghost of Sparta one as well.
Really? I had no idea. That's
So I don't
interesting.
know if it's less popular, but they're both North American. So the Chains of Olympus has Kratos on the back, and it's all red and it's gorgeous. And then there's Ghost of Sparta, which is like the back is red, the front is black, and it has red buttons. I had never seen that in my life.
Interesting, yeah. You know, now that you mention it, I've definitely seen the front of the console, but not the back.
Yeah.
Like on like Facebook Marketplace and things like that. So it's funny that you mentioned that. One of the cooler ones, simple, sleek design that I always really liked, is the Darth Vader PSP as well, where it's just a straight white one and it has Darth Vader on the back. I actually had that one as a kid. That was my PSP, and I always thought that was one of the cooler
Wow.
designs as well because it's very simple, but just like that that straight black decal on the back made it look really really sharp.
You don't have it still, Craig?
No, I hated the PSP as a kid. Even when I was a kid, I didn't like playing it, so it's like I sold it and just bought more DS games.
I gotta look this thing up.
It's really nice looking.
Oh yeah.
The Metal Gear one is cool too, where it's like kind of the color of the shirt I'm wearing actually like that like foresty green. It's really
Oh
cool
yeah.
looking. There's a lot of interesting PSPs. There's a Final Fantasy Crisis Core one. That's really cool too. There's a lot of interesting PSP variants.
I didn't realize there were so many, but you cannot forget about the Hannah Montana
Oh,
PSP.
hell yeah. I actually really like the color of it. I know it's funny because it's Hannah Montana or whatever, but I actually think it's a really nice looking console. Because I've
Yeah.
never seen another console that's that like weird shade of like periwinkle purple almost. It's really cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I would put that on my shelf in a heartbeat with the box. Something that I've always thought was cool. It's not a special edition, but the Wii Mini. It's like this garbage console that doesn't have GameCube support. It doesn't have Wi-Fi, but it's just a different Wii that has the tray coming from the top,
Oh,
and
the Wii Mini, yeah.
I would be down to have that. I mean, I have the box that I got out of Don't Judge Me, the GameStop dumpster, and I would totally complete that if I could find one for cheap.
I have I have the console complete, so I actually got that at when I first moved to Nevada. They had it like on clearance at Target for $70 when I moved here, and it came at the time with Mario Kart Wii, Wii Remote Plus, and a nunchuck. And for just those three items, it would have costed more to buy those than the Wii Mini. So I was like, I might as well just get it, and I never even used the console. I just played the game and used the controllers on my Wii U.
That thing's cool to me for no reason.
Yes, it's bizarre for sure.
The Wii, man, they should have done more. There's nothing that has like Mario's face or a Triforce even. You know, it's just all colors.
Yeah, they didn't get very
Um,
creative.
I wrote down Tales of Symphonia GameCube. That is a beautiful color right there.
Yes. I love that. I love the mint green. It's so cool. That's one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite GameCube variant. Not only like of the ones that I own, but overall, I think it's probably the best looking color.
Do you have it complete?
Yeah.
You have all the ones you mentioned complete?
Yes.
What a guy.
I got them long before people cared, so it's like I spent money on them, but a lot less than what they're worth now. So
Yeah. I wrote down the Gale of Darkness GameCube, which I should have bought many years ago.
oh yeah, I have that. That's one of the few that I do have loose, and I've been actually planning on selling it because it's been bothering me that I don't have the box for it. And that's one of the things where you never see just the box for sale.
Um, Man, the Vistion dockable entertainment system, the freaking GBA plus DVD player. Holy
Oh,
crap.
yes. Thing is so weird.
I have always wanted, I don't know why, I have no idea why, but I've always wanted a DVD player on the go. And like I would have no use for it today, right? But
No.
like as a kid, I thought it was awesome. And yeah, I think this thing is so early 2000s. I would be so happy to have it loose, complete, whatever.
I love its little
Um,
controller that looks like a spaceship. It's so funny.
it's like a triangle. It's like a Dorito, right? Like it's.
Yes, it's so funny. It's such a strange little thing. I'm a big fan of it.
I need to try that on Game Boy Advance games and see how it plays. It's probably
Oh, totally.
awful.
Oh, I'm sure that's one of the only reasons I never wanted it because I was like, I can't imagine like it's cool as a novel idea, but I can't imagine it's actually fun to play on.
Yeah. Um, I wrote down just 3DS in general, as we've already discussed, has some amazing limited and special editions.
Hmm.
There were several Marios, Zeldas, Pokemons. There was Metroid Samus Returns. How often does freaking Samus get any
Oh,
love?
for real.
And then the Super Nintendo one. Love that one.
I made a list at one point because I was thinking about going for all the different console variants for 3DS, and there is actually over 100 3DS console
What?
variants. Yeah, it's insane. One that I feel like gets forgotten about, I'd like to shout out, is the Persona Q one, where it's just the 3DS looks like a tarot card, which is really cool. That's one that a friend of mine gifted to me when I worked at a game store, so that's a very near and dear one to my heart. Very cool looking.
Oh, I have seen this one, yeah.
I like it a
That one's
lot.
very cool. Okay.
Anything Persona, I'm a sucker for.
Where's my notes? All right, so yeah, over 100. That's freaking nuts. Because
Oh, it's
there's the
disgusting.
3DS. Then why am I here with this garbage plain blue 3DS XL? Oh, it's gone
Uh-oh.
dark on Craig.
My lights went out. Oh no. It's okay, you could keep talking, I'll figure
All
it out.
right. Yeah. So a lame one, the Pikachu N64. Like it's not lame, but it's like super common to have, I guess, and I don't have it. Um, the Wind Waker Wii U. You probably have that, right?
Yes, that was the first Wii U that I got originally. Because the main reason I wanted it at the time, because there wasn't really any games out yet, was because I wanted to play Wind Waker, and then I wanted to play Earthbound. So I went to GameStop and they had that and the Skylanders one. So I was like, clearly I'm not gonna go with the Skylanders one. And hindsight 2020, the Skylanders one is like the most collectible Wii U. So, because of course it is.
Oh, that's interesting. Um, the R2D2 Xbox 360 is pretty up there for me. That thing's awesome.
Yes, I love that one.
I'm not even like a huge Star Wars guy. I just think that one's cool as heck.
Yeah, it's just
Halo
interesting, right?
Halo 5 had an awesome Xbox One. You
Oh
turn the
yeah,
power on and it sounds like swords like clashing together.
it's so funny.
It's pretty sweet. Also, Xbox One was Forza Motorsport 6. It's a beautiful blue with stripes, and it makes like a car engine sound when you turn it on.
Huh.
Love it.
Interesting. I never saw that one.
Any of the colored PS2s, because for some reason, like I did not even know they existed as a kid, and it's like, when you become a collector, you're like, what the heck? Like these must be rare as heck. They're really not, but who the heck had a colored PS2? No one I
Nobody.
knew.
No, I never met anyone that didn't have the standard black one for sure.
I think all of them are cool. I don't know where you got them or why they are so scarce. um, they're a weird anomaly.
Definitely.
And then for the love of God, if I could get any giveaway console ever, I would just cry. I would just let it. I would buy a shrine for it, man. Any console that like 5 people or even 100 people have, it would just change my life to own one of those.
Oh, totally. Uh, I don't think I've ever mentioned it on this show, but I'm a massive, massive, massive Godzilla fan. Watched all the movies when I was younger, like from the 50s, 60s, all of that kind of stuff. I'm always been a big fan, and I was praying that I would end up with one of those Godzilla Special Edition Xbox Ones when they were doing that for the last Godzilla King of the Monsters movie. They were so cool, and they only made like one of each. They did like one for each monster, or something like that. It was super cool. But it's like those getting something like that's the pipe dream, you know. Nobody wins those It's
Yeah.
I'm convinced they don't exist. Except for when they did the weird Sonic movie tie-in with the fuzzy controllers, because I did see the person that won it
Oh
posted
yeah.
it on Twitter, and that
So
was wild.
I wasn't gonna bring this up, but I'm gonna bring it up. The Trials of Mana remake came out a few years ago. They made an exclusive. They made like a one-off Switch and a one-off PS4, and they gave one away of each. And I was like, you know what? I'm going all out. I'm retweeting this with 2 Twitter accounts. Like I'm freaking in it to win it. And I did not win, obviously, but I did track down the winners. And I asked them both via social media to sell them to me. And I'm not like an immense like Mana fan, but I do like them a lot.
Hmm.
And it's just a giveaway console that no one will ever own. I figured it'd be better in my hands than in someone who's actually gonna
Some
play its
chump.
hands. Yeah, what the heck are y'all gonna do with it? All right, so the winner of the PS4 blocked me on Twitter.
That was his response. That's
I
awesome.
think I messaged them 3 times, like over the course of maybe a couple weeks, and never got a single response.
Oh
So
my
I got
god,
blocked.
that's so funny.
And then the Switch person was very nice and declined my offer of purchasing it. And um, I can only hope that one day he gave it to his little brother, right? His little brother wanted a Switch, so whatever.
So it's trash
Um,
now. It's been covered in
that's
boogers.
exactly what I was
He's wiped his
thinking.
ass with it. It's no more.
So I said, all right, the least you could do for me is I didn't say it like that, but I asked him to please send pictures of it when it arrives. So the console box, I think what happened here, which is super lame, is they bought a PS4 and a Switch just like from Nintendo or from like the store,
Hmm.
and Square Enix like customized it with decals or whatever, and then put it back in the box and sent it out. Now I haven't seen the PS4, we'll probably never see the PS4, but I have seen the Switch, and all they did was add stuff to the dock.
Oh,
They didn't do anything to the console. It's lame. It's very
that's
lame.
kind of lame.
But like the fact that they bought it and like put it in the box themselves almost feels like not an official collectible like thing to me. But man, we have gone way off the deep end here. But anyways, that's my story of the trials of Mana, Switch, and
That's so funny.
PS4. If you're listening to this and you blocked me, please just send me
Unblock
some
him.
pictures of the PS4.
He just wants to see it, bro. He didn't mean no harm.
All right, that's enough of that.
That's awesome.
Also, that Pac-Man World repack Xbox Series S that's going on right now. Not gonna win that, but it's cool as heck.
Yes.
I mean, I would take a Taco Bell Xbox. You know, just give me anything. I would be happy
You just
with.
want to win. Shout out to basically every special edition PS4. There's a ton of them. They are all super cool. The Spider-Man one, the Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
one, the Final Fantasy one. They were really, really beautiful designs. I love so many of the special editions on PS4. Japan got like 3 different Persona 5 ones when that came out, and they were all gorgeous too. Lots of really cool ones on PS4.
Yeah, there's the Darth Vader one as well.
Yes, that's right. This is a
My
really
roommate actually has the Spider-Man PS4 Pro, and I'm hoping that he will sell it to me one day.
You're a big Spider-Man fan too, aren't you?
I love me some Spidey.
Yeah, there's a lot of what's number one on the dream like now? Like if you could just like genie in your lap, get one special edition right now, what would you choose?
Hmm. That's a good question. Let's look at this list I made. That is a very good question. What is your answer?
So for me, it's very specific because it's something that I truly regret. I don't know if you've ever heard of the ThanQ ATI GameCubes given away to the people that programmed the actual Dolphin chip for the GameCube, like the people that developed the actual hardware. There
I
was
know
one,
what ATI is, but no, I don't.
yeah, so it had a special jewel on the GameCube that said "Thank you ATI," and it was given to the people that
Oh,
actually
wow.
developed like the actual Dolphin ship, the ATI people for the GameCube. And there was one on eBay for a few years ago, and I was trying to be really good with my money at the time, so I didn't bid on it because I was like, man, this is probably going to go for like a shit ton of money. I'm not going to win anyway, so why even bother? And it sold for like $200. And that is probably my biggest regret because I'm like, I'm never going to find another one. That was one of the coolest, most unique things I could have ever gotten for my collection.
Man.
And I should have just pulled out the credit card.
That is so tragic.
I know. I think about it and I get really sad sometimes, so I pretend that it didn't happen. But I figure I'd share that story with you today.
We're sharing embarrassing stories today.
God.
I don't think I can answer that, unfortunately. I think I would have to think about it some more. But it would probably be something extremely rare, like what you just said. Like, there's so many Xbox consoles that end up going out into the wild that are just like...
one of one.
You know, thanks to the developers or whatever. Yeah, one of one giveaway consoles as well. There's probably been other giveaways for things that I'm super passionate about that I would just kill somebody to own one day. And yeah, I would have to think about that.
So let's just go Tales of Symphonia GameCube for you. There we
Sure
go.
is a beauty.
Perfect.
What other random things did I write down here? Literally today, Professor Raichu posted a yellow Game Boy Pocket that came with the Game Boy printer, and it was a European exclusive. But it's just like, man, the Game Boy Pocket had so many weird, random packaging.
Oh my gosh,
and I love
yes.
that crap.
There's a ton of really weird, but it's like, it's all just like, a lot of it's just like random brands printed on the front under the pause button. It's super bizarre.
Oh yeah, those are weird too.
There's so, like endless amounts of them. There's also a Marlboro cigarettes Atari Lynx.
What?
That's one that I would love to own. Because
Oh,
I think it's really
Atari.
funny.
Man, I wonder if I knew about that. That sounds kind of familiar. That's crazy.
Or the Coca-Cola Game Gear. That's a good one.
The Game Gears are pretty, man. Oh my gosh. I'd be happy with a plain old blue Game Gear, honestly.
I know, even that's fairly hard to find.
The I think the most ridiculous and like popular, I guess well-known Game Boy Color variant is that freaking Tommy Hilfiger. Everybody knows that one. It's yellow. It's so funny that it exists.
I love it.
Yeah, I think that's about it for the notes. As you can see, there is a lot that we would love to own. If you're thinking about being a set collector, think about it this way. There are 30 sports games you could buy, or you could buy a beautiful $200 console that would look so much better on your shelf.
Yeah, so what we're saying is don't be stupid like us. Spend your money on stuff that's actually cool. Don't follow in our footsteps. That's
Gosh,
what the
what's wrong with me?
that's the moral of this show is don't be like us.
It really is. It always boils down to that.
I know. I feel like at the end of every recording session we have like an existential crisis. We're like, man, we're doing this all wrong.
Alright, that's all I got, Craig.
Yeah, me too. Good happy note to end on. Thanks for listening, everybody. Sorry we missed last month. It was a little crazy for both of us.
Oh, we didn't even mention it, but yeah, I freaking moved. So that was the thing that I said was the reason that we didn't make it happen. I also got COVID for a minute there, so that was interesting.
And then I was out of town for a week, so it was a rough time. But he did get his COVID complete in box, so he did it the right way.
All right, Craig.
Alrighty, thanks, guys.
What do I say at the end? Discord, do that.
Yeah.
Comment, do that.
Yeah,
and
so-
we'll see you.
Yeah, tell
next
us
month.
how we're wrong. Subscribe to our channels. We love you.
Thanks,
Take care.
guys. We'll see you in October for 2 more episodes.